Happy Tuesday evening to everybody out there. I'm James J. If you're tuning in, this is the Midwest Motorsports Tuesday Night Racing GT4 Road Series. Tonight we are at the Long Beach Grand Prix 2-mile, 11 turn race circuit. I'm James J. We got Adam Sondag working the cameras, Josh Watt on the Twitch stream and race directing. He's giving the drivers their final driving instructions are in the drivers meeting right now, and we have a great series going so far. For tonight's race, Jason Phillips has put it on the pole. Josh Bloom in the front row, Brian Coxon and Steve Hansel, look out, is going to start on the second row. So congrats to Steve Hansel. He's got that Mercedes AMG figured out. At Long Beach anyway, Travis Rowe and Niles Kula, the top AM driver, share the third row. Fourth row, Justin Glickner, Michael Odell, Ian Bakaitis, CJ Barczyk, Jesse Coffey, and Justin Thaler round out the top 11. Coming around the final hairpin before the start finish straight. Really tight here. I'm surprised they're going to take it slow up to the start finish line while they try to double up. Niles Kula, everybody's just got to take it real slow. Coming through the hairpin before Jason Phillips steps on the gas. And we are green flag conditions. Looks like they did spin out in the hairpin coming to green. So the back half of the field is pretty much toast. And that includes Rick Bundren, Aaron Mitchell, Andrew Miller, Dustin Reinstedel might have even got a piece of that. But Jason Phillips gets an early lead. Josh Bloom and Brian Coxon looks like he's coming out third with Steve Hansel right behind. So great start for the top 4, 5. Travis Rowe's right back there, so everybody's looking good. Remember, the first lap, 4 X's and above will be reviewed after the race. So let's get through this first lap together. Ian Bakaitis, oh, we got a spinner back there all on his own. That must have been, it might have been Travis Rowe. No, don't tell me. CJ Barczyk. Okay, I thought that was Steve Hansel. But thanks again to Adam down there working the cameras for me. CJ Barczyk's going to get it pointed the right direction. Come back. Looks like cold tires bit him as they came out of the turn. But here we are into the back section of the track. They went down Seaside. Now into the section before the hairpin. Really tight. Pretty much single file through there unless you want to try to make a breakout move. Josh Bloom is applying pressure to Jason Phillips already. As they finish lap 1 out of the hairpin, Michael Odell's hanging out back there behind Justin Glickner. And back down the long front straight stretch. Front straight stretch we go. Into turn 1, Josh Bloom right on the bumper. Still, we're going for 60 minutes. 60 minutes. Jason Phillips usually likes to follow. Tonight, he is taking the bull by the horns, and he's going to go straight for the lead. It looks like David Stark is coming through the pits. I know we had Rick Bundren with a pit lane start, but I'm not sure why. Maybe he needs a fast repair. Here we go, a replay of the start here, and this is the stack up. We got Luis Carmona right behind Francis Faustino in the AMG red and white. David Wortman's back there, Taylor Montague. Oh, and Andrew Miller got tied up with Luis Carmona, and that left Dustin Reinstedel with nowhere to go. We got, Andrew Miller trying to figure out how to get by, and then the 44 at the back had nowhere to go either. That's Rick Bundren. So, oh man, just tough break. Andrew Miller spins it on the hairpin. Thanks for that replay. Great timing on that. But CJ Barczyk has made it back up. This is the replay of his spin. All on his own, no contact. He's just looking the wrong way of traffic, trying to figure out how to rejoin. All right, now we're back to live action. No major change up front. We were caught up with all the wrecks. And Brian Coxon in third. Big gap now back to Travis Rowe. 4 seconds. So, oh no, it looks like Steve Hansel has gone down also. Here he is, Steve Hansel, right behind Luis Carmona. I'm sorry, no, that's Travis Rowe. And what happens to Steve? He qualified 4th. So, just coming on the exit over the bumps. Oh, he's probably kicking himself. This was Steve's chance to shine. And no contact, just going over those bumps. Man, that's frustrating. I hate it for Steve. Steve's the admin here. He works really hard, keeping all the website running with the points overview and race results. The GT4 standings website is all done by Steve Hansel. Here's Travis Rowe inside of Niles Kula. So Niles Kula on the inside, Travis Rowe on the outside. Niles Kula going for a pass. Niles Kula is the AM driver, but every point, every position matters. Travis Rowe holds the spot. So, I'm sorry, Travis Rowe gets by. Yeah, so that's 4th position. Niles Kula still leading the AM division, 3 places over the next AM driver. So big points gained for him, but nice pass by Travis Rowe there to break into the top 4 after Steve Hansel spins out of the top 4. Back up front, these 3 are going at it. Are they just riding and taking time? Or are they really pushing? I tend to believe Jason Phillips is pushing. Here we are riding with Jason Phillips as we head on to the back stretch. I believe that was turn 8. So now this is the seaside before we go to the section before the hairpin. So this is coming into turn 9. And then double apex, turn 10 before the hairpin. Maybe we'll do a whole lap to see how hard areas. Full rotation, full lock, down to first gear, 37 miles an hour. Up through the gears of Jason Phillips, passing the pit lane. You can see the sun setting. So it's going to continue to get a little darker. The shadows are going to get longer as the race progresses, but not so straight with the bending right. Pit exit here, that's going to be a factor later. And then turn 1, hard to know exactly where it is. Into turn 2, we're coming up to the fountain. We're single file through here, but you can really loosen space down to first gear again. So using all of the gearbox, second gear for turn 4 there. And 5. Short shoot on West Shoreline, they call it. And this is where Steve Hansel spun out, going over these bumps here. You can watch the force feedback in the steering wheel going over those bumps. Looks like he handled those pretty good. Jason Phillips fingertips through the bumps. And also we got word from race control that Steve Hansel may have been working on the slowdown there, so that may have thrown his timing off. But back down East Seaside Way, headed toward the chicane one more time, the hairpin one more time. This section, really hard to line up a pass here, but passes can be done as Jason Phillips, once again, down to 23 miles an hour. And that is a lap around Long Beach in the cockpit with Jason Phillips, your pole sitter and current leader. He pulled away that lap. He's now got over a half a second on Josh Bloom. Of course, that will accordion up and down, but you can see on the track map at the upper right, we're riding in the yellow dot. But after 3rd place, Travis Rowe, 4th place, just now coming through turn 1. The blue designation are the pro drivers and the reds are the AMs. Here we are in there with, I believe that's Taylor Montague and David Wortman up ahead. And Taylor Montague gets over the bumps a little bit into the curb, into the wall. And he's going to need a new front fascia on that AMG. Travis Rowe in 4th place now, back alive, 8 minutes down. Scraping of the wall there. We can see a couple of marks coming up on that exit wall. Driver's left. And you see the brake markers, 300, 200, 100. Josh Bloom, a little correction there, putting the power down. Let's see how he handles the hairpin compared to Jason Phillips. Using all of the track as much as they can. Jason Phillips goes a little wide. Josh Bloom, not quite fast enough through there to gain any track at all. But looking back from under Jason Phillips' rear wing at Josh Bloom. And these two are pulling away from Brian Coxon. Brian Coxon is your current points leader. I'll give you some standings here. Brian Coxon over Jason Phillips by 150. And only 95 points back from there is Josh Bloom. So these guys are the main players in the championship so far. Again, this is race 9 of 15. All right, John Daniels, currently 11th, looking up at Brandon Thayer and Ian Bacaitis. So Brandon Thayer and John Daniels. John Daniels has been on a tear as of late. He's had a couple of really good runs. So I'm not surprised at all to see the AM driver, John Daniels. This is for currently 4th in the AM division. So Brandon Thayer currently has 3rd, up ahead of John Daniels that we're riding with. And the AM division leaders, Ty Williams, Albert Williams is not here tonight, if I'm reading it correctly. So that means Ian Bacaitis has a chance to take over, 270 points back. So Ian Bacaitis in the AMG here, the black Mission 22, likes to blink his lights. I think he has his light flashers tagged to a different, or bound to a button that's used for something else, maybe upshift. Every time he upshifts, he flash. I'm not sure, but he does flash a lot. So Brandon Thayer, now Justin Thaler's up ahead. I'm sure Justin Thaler sees him. Justin Thaler's running a different paint scheme tonight as well. All white. It's like a Midwest Motorsports theme. But there's Ian Bacaitis flashing. I think he's got his button mapped to maybe his push to talk or something. All good. He did get around Brandon Thayer. That's Brandon Thayer behind him. That's for the podium, because now Kula's up the road. So Justin Thaler, a pro driver, currently P7. He's got Ian Bacaitis breathing down his neck. If you would like to get into some of this GT4 action, or maybe if you're an oval racer as well, we have 2 oval leagues that run on Friday and Sunday. Friday is the Truck Series. Sunday, it was just announced, the Cup Series. Go to midwest-motorsports.com, or you can scan the QR code on the screen, and that will take you right to our link tree, and you can learn more about Midwest Motorsports. Sign up if you want to run. Check out the rules, decide which class you want to run, maybe pick a car and come racing with us in the GT4 series on Tuesday nights. Justin Thaler here, he's got the checkered flag of the Midwest Motorsports logo. No longer the leopard print or the elephant print from the Jordan, and looks like he kept the chrome wheels. I kind of like it. He's got a number 2 now. So Justin Thaler, oh no, Luis Carmona, number 32 had a meatball. So it must have been more than just the initial start. Here's David Stark in the 20. He had a drive-through earlier. Drive through the pits, number 59. I think that was probably for a fast repair. Oh, no, it was also a meatball. And Luis Carmona now making his way down the long, slow serve down pit lane, but he rejoins, and he gets to get his racing on again. It's great to see Luis Carmona out with us. He's had a couple of good runs. Josh Bloom has not let Jason Phillips get away at all. Here we are over the shoulder of Josh Bloom, trying to plan the strategy on how to get by. You may just follow until the pit strategy. These guys know each other very well. So maybe wait until the pit stop plays out, and then we'll go racing. Brian Coxon is 3 seconds back. We saw earlier that Justin Glickner was blinking as he was coming to the line. Looks like he has decided that his internet is not working to his satisfaction. You get that fiber optic coming. Maybe that'll help. A tough break to see Justin Glickner's Tuesday night fun being taken away just because of internet equipment issues. Looks like Josh Bloom got a good run out of the hairpin this time. Let's see if he can get a slipstream and make a pass. Jason Phillips already driving defensively, holding that inside line. Josh Bloom has to go to the outside line, but Jason Phillips in the black and yellow, Josh Bloom in the white. Jason Phillips has the preferred line, and Bloom is not going to force it. Jason Phillips left room. These guys know each other well. They're not going to force it. Josh Bloom doing some lawn duties there on the fountain turn. That is car control. That has let Brian Coxon catch back up a little bit. Just going side by side through one corner, and they lost over a second to Brian Coxon. So if these two are going to really play points, Brian Coxon's your current points leader. These two guys can make up some ground on him. Remember, this is race 9 of 15. Josh Bloom has the fastest lap. Right now, 124.22 to a 124.29 and a 124.30. The top 3 cars are all within a tenth of a second on their best lap. That's actually incredible. All right, Brian Coxon in the McLaren. The McLaren had an advantage as he touches the wall on the exit. Travis Rowe and Niles Coolinow look like they're making up some ground a little bit. 5.2, I'll have to keep an eye on that gap. As it looks like Josh Bloom is making another attempt on Jason Phillips. And it goes around the outside and turn around. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. He went straight, missed his braking point. I thought he was clear. Adam's going to give us another view. Here we are coming down into a hard braking zone for turn 1. It's the left. And Josh Bloom is there. Jason Phillips is ready to give it up, but Josh Bloom doesn't want to turn in on him. Maybe a little deep. Doesn't want to hit that Acura wall. Oh, no. And so Josh Bloom has dropped all the way down to 5th now. Jason Phillips, I think he was leaving him room. But Josh Bloom decides that he's going to just take the safe route one more time from this view. Going to tell us everything we need to know. Thanks, Adam. Braking zone. Yeah, Jason Phillips gave it to him, but Josh Bloom just didn't turn in. Did not feel confident on turning in. Maybe he did just overshoot the corner and not want to risk it. Oh, man. That's probably pretty much the only place you can really make an attempt on a pass. So full credit to Josh Bloom for trying. Now he has 42 minutes to get that position back. He's got a lot of work to do. All right, Ian Bakaitis still working on Justin Taylor. Justin Taylor is up 4 spots from his qualifying. So far, it's been a good race for Justin Taylor in the number 2. Maybe that's bringing him some good luck. Looks like he's pulling away from Ian Bakaitis a little bit. No longer close enough to see the blinking. Or flashing, I should say. John Daniels still hard on the rear bumper of Brandon Thayer. Behind her, we can look. John Daniels in the red and black Porsche and the white AMG of Brandon Thayer. John Daniels looking for a way around. Using all the track to try to get a good exit. This is Porsche versus AMG Mercedes. The interval gets smaller and then bigger and smaller and bigger as the accordion here. John Daniels gets a good run through this section. It's really hard to pass here. Set up for a good exit of the hairpin is how you need to pass in turn 1. And nothing doing yet, but this little train here of 5 cars, Jesse Coffey and Francis Faustino lurking in the background. Ian Bacardis, Justin Thaler in the white Porsche number 2. Great that we can focus on Justin Thaler as he shows us the way around past the aquarium in the fountain. Using all the curbs there. I think you can get a slow down if you go too far inside of the curbs there. Through turns 7 now. Headed back towards the hairpin. One more time. Awesome view looking back from the Porsche of Justin Thaler. Oh, Jesse Coffey gets it a little tight coming out of the hairpin there, but looks like his steering just overshot or didn't straighten back up. Josh Bloom trying to work his way back up. He's still 5th. Nothing doing up there. You're not missing anything. We're 2 seconds either way from somebody, so Josh Bloom does have clear track ahead. But these guys are turning such similar lap times. Travis Rowe in 3rd spot. He'll be thrilled to see that. Yeah, it looks like everybody's got their lights on now, so that means the sun is continuing to set. Coming up on 39 minutes to go. Rick Bundren here having a good run. I like that paint on his Aston Martin. As the leaders are working their way through lap traffic now. Jason Phillips with room to breathe. 3 seconds. There's Thaler, Bacardis, Thayer, and Daniels. Closest battle on the track. Appreciate everybody joining us on the Twitch stream. Go ahead and give us a follow and maybe a subscribe, or if you have a Prime sub, we'd love for you to keep coming back. It means a lot to us. It's the best way to show your appreciation for the hard work everybody puts in to make this league special. And we're riding in the cockpit of John Daniels. Looking up at Brandon Thayer. Nice catch there as Porsche gets a little squirrely going over the bumps. That's where we've seen a couple people spin out. These are the more curbs. John Daniels got his force feedback turned up pretty high. It looks like that steering wheel looks pretty violent in his hands. John Daniels comes into pit. Pit window is open. I believe you can make it from here. So that opens up the pit window. John Daniels is going to try to undercut and see where we can go. From there, let everybody else run a couple of laps. Maybe John Daniels will get out of some traffic and come out of the pits in good with space. You can make up some time on this train here. Justin Thaler and the crew. Steve Hansel still out here cranking it out in 14th, going by Dustin Reinstedel. Dustin is a light lift coming around the bend on the straightaway into turn 1. See you later, Dustin. Try to keep up. Dustin Reinstedel was our guest last night on the Cool Down Lap podcast. If you didn't hear it, you can check it out on the Twitch stream. Past broadcast, it was broadcast. You can scan the QR code. It'll take you right to the link tree. You can go to the Twitch stream and find the Cool Down Lap podcast. But Dustin Reinstedel is our Cup Series champion. Here he is. We're looking at him now. So he joined us last night, told us how he founded Midwest Motorsports and what it takes to win the Cup Series championship. Dustin Reinstedel turning left and right. Said it really helped his racing on the ovals as well. So any seat time is good seat time. Dustin Reinstedel is not the biggest Denny Hamlin fan, although he plays number 11. Like he is, he lives for it, so we give him a hard time. But Dustin's a real cool dude, and it was great fun talking to him last night on the podcast. So can Ian Bacaitis get around Justin Thaler? And where is John Daniels going to play out in this battle for 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th? Brandon Thayer's been working hard on his Road Series technique, and he's making moves. You can tell he's getting a lot better. I hope he's having as much fun as we're having watching him come up the field a little bit. So Brandon's doing a good job, currently up 4 spots from his qualifying. No takers for pit road this time. So John Daniels stopped for 23 seconds. That tells me he took 2 tires. I'm not sure which 2. Oh no, not Brian Coxon. Coming through, I believe that was turn 9. No, that was turn 4 and 5. Coming on the short chute, West Shoreline. Putting on the power, so easy to do. Track is cooling off, maybe. Just too much power at the McLaren. And it goes around, loses 1 spot, loses 2 spots. So move Travis Rowe up to P2. Michael Odell gets by, Josh Bloom gets by. Brian Coxon, your points leader, dropping down. Justin Thaler does not quite get by. He definitely makes up some ground. So that tells you how much ground he lost. Eight seconds now the lead for Jason Phillips. Not quite to the halfway mark. .24.098 for Josh Bloom now. You see the lap car getting out of the way. Thank you, 15. As Niles Kula goes by. Josh Bloom. Oh, Dustin Reinstedel and Michael Odell also getting by the lap car. Niles Kula in the brown Porsche here. Your winner last week in the AM division from the Nürburgring. Had a good run last week. Ian Bacaitis putting pressure on Justin Thaler. Justin Thaler hard on the brakes. Coming into the hairpin, can Ian Bacaitis square up the hairpin just enough? Definitely goes, it's going to take a dive by him, I think. But puts the bumper to him, lets him know he's there. Mission 22, Ian Bacaitis Says everybody should be doing 22 push-ups to help prevent soldier suicide. We appreciate the mission. CJ Barczyk gets around Dustin Reinstedel here. Looks like Dustin made it easy for him. I love that 50-50 paint on CJ Barczyk's car. And 44 Rick Bundren. Also with the cool paint, also gets it wrong, putting down the power. Doesn't look like that's playing favorites to any car. Looks like multiples having traction issues. Aaron Mitchell almost saved it. The tire barrier kept him from hitting a wall and getting a meatball. So Andrew Miller getting loose on entry. Tried to throw his car in there. It didn't stick. Niles Kula holding off Josh Bloom. Josh Bloom was caught up to Niles. If I was Josh, I would probably pit. Unless you're just going to follow Niles for a while. You're not going to catch Jason that way. Don't forget we have to pit as well. Looks like Jesse Coffey's caught up with Brandon Thayer behind this battle with Justin Taylor. Oh, I thought it was Jesse Coffey. Maybe it was a lap car. Yep, maybe it is. There's Brandon. And Jesse's, yeah, right behind him. No, that's Eric. Awesome to see Eric Thaler in the 15. Welcome back. We've missed you. Jason Phillips. Back and forth. Oh, Rick Bundren in the safe zone again. The runoff area, that's turn 1. That's where Josh Bloom went deep as well. I do like those colors, fluorescent yellow and blue. Here's P2. Niles Kula. Josh Bloom comes in. Smart move. Good thinking. We'll see what happens. 23 seconds plus or minus for 2 tires. Brandon Thayer comes in. There's the Ian. Maybe he doesn't have, maybe the flashers are flashers. He knows exactly what he's doing. Something tells me Justin Taylor's not having any of it. He's probably just staying out just for spite. Say, hey, it's my show. You're going to have to earn your way around me. I'm not going to be distracted by some flashing lights. How far can they go? As Josh Bloom works his way out of the pits now. Stationary for 24 seconds. And we'll see if Jason Phillips decides to come in now or if he's going to wait. He stays out. I don't blame you. If you got nobody in front of you, just run out, crank out as many fast laps as you can. Another notable absentee tonight is Max Bauer. He had a good run here last season. Replays usually don't mean good things for somebody. CJ Barczyk going around Andrew Willis here. And Andrew Willis goes straight. Nope, we're all clear through there. So far, so good. All right, nice move, CJ. Got around Andrew Willis. Andrew Willis had to start from the pit lane today. John Daniels on David Stark. David Stark had a drive-through earlier. See if John Daniels can work his way around him. David Stark is a pro. John Daniels this season is an AM. I don't know if that's going to change for next season. If he comes back, I hope he does, but definitely holding his own. I've been impressed with the way John Daniels has raced all season. Brian Coxon comes into pit from P7. Great fuel mileage here at this track. John Daniels popping out. Is he going to make a late break into this right-hander? David Stark sees him. See, can he force a mistake? By the 81, John Daniels holds it. Nice move. I would say David Stark allowed that to happen. He could have defended a little harder if he wanted to, but decides not to. Ryan Stettle's in the pits. Here's that battle again. Brandon Thayer, Luis Carmona, Andrew Willis, Michael Odell. This is the battle up front. Travis Rowe up ahead. Niles Kula on Brandon Thayer. Niles Kula in the brown Porsche, Brandon Thayer in the white and blue Mercedes. So this is Niles Kula coming through some traffic. So pit cycles are definitely in play. This is really going to hurt Niles Kula's chance of catching Travis Rowe until he comes in the pit. Surprised to see Francis Faustino. Oh, there he goes. I thought he was stationary for a long time, but it was just 24 seconds. CJ now should be finishing up. Oh, he's on 8, 9, 10 seconds. He's got a ways to go. And Jason Phillips on his way out. He had 11 seconds on second place Travis Rowe. And here's Travis Rowe coming in. We'll see where they shake out when this is over. That was Phillips coming in. Roger that. Thank you. Looks like all four tires, well, at least both sides of the car were jacked up, so that means some tires changing. 76 is not on the jacks. So he might even keep the tires that he's got. Let's see if that saves some time. 11 seconds was the gap when they came in. Brandon Thayer has pitted. Niles Kula has not. Michael Odell has not. So Niles Kula is your current race leader as we cycle through these pits. He was racing Travis Rowe. So that means Travis Rowe is working on the undercut to try to get, well, to stay in front of Niles Kula here. So we'll see where Travis Rowe comes out when Niles comes into pit, which is going to be this lap. Michael Odell also pits. Still waiting on Justin Thaler and David Wortman to pit. Otherwise, it looks like Brian Coxon is only 2 seconds away from Travis Rowe. There's Justin Taylor coming in for his stop. And that will cycle back to Jason Phillips as your leader. Steve Hansel comes in for his stop as well. So 20 to go. So that was 40 minutes on the tank. 39 minutes on the tank. That is a big deal. There goes Niles Cooley. He's out. Where's Travis Rowe? Right there. All right, so where's Travis Rowe in relation to Niles Cooley? Remember, Travis did not take tires, and so he comes out in front of Niles Cooley. So Travis Rowe is P2. We'll see if those tires can hold their spot, but he came in a lap early. In that lap, Niles Cooley was in traffic. If I can get this last lap going here. But I think that's where Niles Cooley lost his position. He'll have time to get it back, 20 minutes. Oh, Brian Coxon also passes Niles Cooley through that pit cycle. Niles Cooley was stationary for 22.4. Brian Coxon stationary for 21.6, so only a second, but Brian Coxon now with a 2-second lead, almost 3 seconds. Pit strategy coming into play like it always does. Here's Jesse Coffey with John Daniels. And where's Ian Bacaitis and Justin Thaler? What happened to Justin Thaler? Still in the pits? He's working his way out, I hope. Let's see where... Yep. Oh, that's a slow stop for Justin Thaler. Or he's just now coming in. So they got the whole lap to work their way around. Okay. Another second stop? Yes. What happened to Justin? Okay, I'm stumped. Why would he need a second stop? Oh, a 15-second hold for speeding in the pits. Oh my gosh. Number 2 has a 40-second hold. That's going to hurt. Justin Thaler, you make the rules. You got to follow them. I don't know if he didn't have his pit lane speed limiter button on. Oh, he's going to be kicking himself. Dang, that was top 5 run, it looked like, for Justin. That's going to really hurt. Feel for you, bud. All right, Niles Cooley is still your top M. He's got Michael Odell breathing down his neck. And the Aston Martin, the black and gold Aston Martin. As you can see the breakdown of pros and M's on your screen. The running order. Michael Odell currently 4th in the AM division, so I'm glad Michael Odell's having a good run tonight. The last couple of races have not been Michael Odell-ish. So good for him. Keeping it together. You only got 17 minutes to go. Here's John Daniels on Jesse Coffey. Into turn 1 they go, side by side. Oh, that's not turn 1. I'm sorry, that's turn 6. Through 7 and 8, still side by side. Can John Daniels get a better run down East Seaside? Nope. It's right back to the 9, 10, and 11. The Porsche pretty nimble through this section. John Daniels sizing up Jesse Coffey, trying to get under on the exit or get right up on the bumper and make a move into turn 1. John Daniels lost out on that pit cycle by pitting early. Michael Dell has made the pass on Niles Kula. Oh, here it is. Thanks again, Adam. This is turn 1. Going through pit exit. Niles Kula sees the writing on the wall, and Michael Odell goes right on by, just like they drew it up. In the classroom. All good. John Daniels, with a bump on Jesse Coffey into the wall. Oh, tough break. That wasn't, I don't think that was intentional, but oh no, Jesse Coffey definitely had some damage there after going into the tire barriers. And that was Jesse Coffey's top 5 run. As I'm sure he's got some steering damage. He's turned the wheel all the way left. Doesn't turn left, so he just turned right into the fountain. Wants to go for a swim. He'd rather be anywhere but in the car right now. Just frustrated that it happened. Jesse Coffey takes it out on the fountain instead of taking it out on the sim rig. But man, I know John Daniels, that wasn't intentional, but that's gotta hurt. Maybe he'll buy him a beer after the race. Jesse Coffey's got a fast repair, so you can use it. Get back out on the track. Get as many points as he can. But how about Travis Rowe currently holding down P2? Is there enough time? 15 pulls over, thank you. Lets Travis Rowe go by, and Brian Coxon as well. Luis Carmona gets by. But does Brian Coxon have enough time to catch Travis Rowe? Brian Coxon in the blue McLaren. Travis Rowe in the multicolored Porsche just ahead of him. Luis Carmona's coming up on a lap down. So it's lap traffic going to play a factor. Luis is pretty fast, so I don't expect him to just pull over and let him go, but he's not going to hold him up on purpose. But definitely Brian Coxon is showing some speed. Where do you make the move, Brian? Where do you make the move? He's thinking about it, trying to figure out the right place and the right time. Brian Coxon in the McLaren. Travis Rowe's going to be the first. He's going to have to force a move around the Porsche of Carmona. There we go. Carmona gives him the racing line. He's also going to give Brian a racing line. Thank you, Luis. Come in. Turn 9. All right. Niles Kula back at it. Right up on Michael Odell. Michael Odell was pulling away. Niles Kula has gained it back. But remember, we talked about Travis Rowe not taking tires. Maybe Brian Coxon didn't either with 22 and 21 seconds. So, not sure. Glad Jesse Coffey decided to come back out. Get your car fixed and just come out and turn some laps. You're already in your rig. Hit the button and come on out. But, all right, Travis Rowe, we're riding with the currently P2, and Brian Coxon right behind him. The sun is continuing to get lower and lower. Track temp is probably cooling down some. As you can hear go through the gears. Getting all they can coming down the back straightaway, Seaside. Yeah, the track is cooled down 1 degree, so it's not a lot. But Brian Coxon gives Travis Rowe a little bump in the hairpin. Wasn't much, but just enough to keep him from getting the power down. Brian Coxon in the draft in the slipstream now. Headed down to turn 1. Travis Rowe is going to feel the pressure for the next 10 minutes. This has great potential to beat Travis Rowe from Lynchburg, Virginia. This could be his best run of the series of the championship season. Brian Coxon's lost a little ground coming through that section as we're coming up on the 10-minute mark. 10 minutes to go. Don't forget, you can always go to midwest-motorsports.com or scan the QR code, and it'll take you right to our link tree that has all of our socials, Twitch stream, all our website links are on that link tree. When you scan the QR code, you can check out the rules, decide which league you want to join. Come on and join us. We have 2 oval series, Friday and Sunday. Friday is the truck series. Sunday is the Cup. Tuesday is this GT4 action. You can ride with Brian Coxon and Travis Rowe on Tuesday nights. Scan the QR code and join up. And Brian Coxon make a move on Travis Rowe. We're going to find out. We are in the cockpit with Brian. This is what Brian sees. Looking up ahead at the rear bumper. Through the bumps and up and over towards turn 8 here. Don't get a slowdown there. Long straight here. Brian Coxon's got to run. He's got to run on him. Is he going to pop out? Travis Rowe plays defense as we go into turn 9. Right-hander, but he leaves room on the exit, and Travis Rowe cuts him back off before we head to the hairpin. But that's just how it's got to happen. Can Brian Coxon stay close enough this time and put the power down? He does. Oh, he's got a great run, huge run. The McLaren's got some horsepower down the front straight, putting the power down to the ground. Travis Rowe on the outside. Is he going to break deeper than Brian Coxon on the inside? Side by side through turn 1. Headed to the fountain. Are they still side by side? Travis Rowe cuts off the corner, and it's either hit me or hit the concrete, Brian. Good choice. Follow. You still got 7.5 minutes to get it done. He knows we're there now. That was amazing. Amazing racing action coming through there side by side in turn 1. Loved it. And then Brian Coxon just has to let him go, knowing that he wasn't going to go too wide there. Past the aquarium. And back on the back stretch we go. Brian Coxon, this is the closest battle. Another good battle that we've been watching, though, is Niles Kula on Michael Odell. This is for 4th overall. Justin Taylor, my man, after serving some penalties, still holding down P16. Not the top 5 he wanted. All right. Headed down the front straight again. Brian Coxon's got the inside line. This time, it's roles reversed. Brian Coxon on the inside. And still, oh my goodness. Is he going to let go this time? Oh my gosh. How did he not get knocked out? Travis Rowe left just enough room for that McLaren to get by. You could not have put a piece of paper between the wall and Brian Coxon as they went into the fountain still can't. Luis Carmona behind their lap cars. Looks like Luis might have lost a spot. To Justin Taylor. Justin Taylor now knows he could be racing up front for second and third, unfortunately. You were going too fast in pit lane, Justin. You are -1 lap. But what a battle we've got here. Brian Coxon's making Travis Rowe work on it. Here we go. Let's get a good run out of here. And line them up into turn one. They went side by side through that old turn 1, 2, 3, 4 section last lap. Brian Coxon going to pop out after getting in the slipstream. Now he's got a little ahead of speed. I don't know if they're going to play as nice this time. No reason not to think that he would. Brian Coxon still leaves room for him. They do it again for the second lap in a row, side by side through the fountain turn. They single it out by the exit. Goodness gracious, what great racing we've got here. GT4 action from Long Beach. Travis Rowe and Brian Coxon putting on a clinic. Brian Coxon, 21 years old, from Hillsboro, Oregon. We know Brian Coxon got a PC upgrade within the last couple of weeks and starting to really notice the difference. He says he's got this lap and maybe 2 more after this. We're coming up on 3:45 to go. Jason Phillips has got a 13-second lead over this battle for second, so you're not missing anything. No longer racing on a laptop is Brian Coxon. College student working in the dorms. Side by side, not this time. Single file. Brian Coxon tried that. Got the video to prove it. Gonna try something else this time. He tried it twice in a row. It didn't work, so where's he gonna do it in the hairpin? Is he gonna give him the chrome horn? This is for second overall. Is almost complete darkness now. It's getting more and more difficult to see the corner entry. Brian Coxon chasing down Travis Rowe. Everybody else, this is the best battle on the track. Everybody else has got at least a 1 or 2 second gap, so they're all pretty much spread out, as you can tell by the M&Ms going around the track map. We are the yellow dot. We are riding past a couple of cars in the pit lane. Probably pulled over to watch this race for second as well. We got this lap and 1 more. I think they'll make it back. I know Jason Phillips will make it back. So we're going to see 2 more laps. The battle for second carries on. Can Brian Coxon carry more momentum on the exit of the fountain and get close enough to pass him on shoreline? 1 more right-hander here. Get a good exit. Lots of people hitting the wall. Driver's left of exit there. Not this time. Travis Rowe holding his own. Once again, Travis Rowe from Lynchburg, Virginia. As we go through the hairpin, No contact. Brian Coxon can only follow through for now. This is. I can't tell if Barney's still on the way. Yes, the white flag is out. This is the final lap for Jason Phillips as he brings it through the fountain. He's up the road a little bit. Brian Coxon pops out into turn one. How deep is he going to do? How bad does he want it? Oh, they touch. They touch. Travis into the wall. Brian Coxon into the wall. I think that's great sportsmanship. I think Brian could have gone if he wanted to. He's decided not to since there was contact. But we can still fight it out. All's fair right now. We're still status quo. A little bit of contact. Both of them hit the wall. They both probably have a little bit of damage. Jason Phillips is bringing it home. Congrats to Jason Phillips. On the back stretch, one last time. This is the race for second place. 13 seconds behind. Brian Coxon takes the inside line now. Oh my goodness, that's turn 9. Headed back. It's still side by side. And now Brian Coxon would have had the inside line of the hairpin, but the McLaren just could not handle it. Understeers all the way to the wall. Race to the line now. We can put the traction down better. What a race to the finish. Travis Rowe barely in front of Brian Coxon. That is your battle for second. What a race. Phillips takes the checkered flag for pro. Just in front of these guys. Second and third. Steve Hansel bringing it home in P11. But Izzy, that's Brandon Thayer right beside him. So this is the battle for 10th and 11th. Steve Hansel gets it done. So back up to P10 for Steve Hansel. He started P4. Thought he was going to have a better run. Here's a replay. Brandon Thayer and Steve Hansel from earlier. More replays as Jason Phillips goes across the line, flashing his lights as the winner. Congrats on a great race for Jason Phillips. You, sir, have done it. Congratulations. That's going to help on the points. I'll get him up here into the broadcast booth. And we'll see if we can talk to Jason Phillips, your race winner from Long Beach. Hey, Jason, this is James. You got us?
Yes, sir. What's up, man?
Hey, man, what a great race, Jason, man. Flag to flag there from the pole. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. That race between me and Josh. He had me on my toes. I was a little worried there for a little bit.
He was breathing down your neck for the
Oh
whole
yeah.
first part of the race, man. We saw you. We wondered if you were sweating. I really thought he was just going to try to follow until at least until the pit stops, but it turned out that he just had a little trouble there on his own. But man, otherwise after that you checked out, man. So your practice sessions paid off, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, you had some great laps, man. This should help you out in the points quite a bit. Brian Coxon didn't only came in third, so your points leader be a little bit of a shakeup, man. We got a week off. What are you going to do in your week off before we get ready to come back 2 weeks for the short road Atlanta circuit?
I didn't even know we had a week off. Oh, I usually don't pay attention to the schedule that well until the next week.
Yeah. One race at a time, right? Well, you get a little breathing room. You get to celebrate your victory for 2 weeks, man.
Awesome. This track is not easy, and then to do it and not get a 0x the whole time. That's a
Okay.
battle all in itself.
Yeah, those walls kind of get closer and closer, but yeah, nobody could hang with you tonight, man. I saw that you guys' fastest laps were all together within a tenth of a second of each other. I really thought, I thought it was going to be a little closer until Bloom kind of spun on his own there, but
I had the
that's
I
why we
had
run
the
the race, right?
I held the inside line, and it was my only chance. I wasn't getting a good run off that last turn. My car just wasn't turning like it was in practice, and I just wasn't getting the runoff. I knew he was going to eventually get me on that long straight, and I held the inside line, and I braked early enough so that way we wouldn't kill each other
Yep.
going into that turn. But I think he overshot his braking marker.
Yeah, we saw that you left plenty of room for him. There was still room for him. He just didn't turn in, and I think you might have missed it and decided to take the runoff area instead of hitting the wall and those tire barriers. But he didn't do too bad. He made it back up a little bit. So um, yeah. Anyway, man, but just congratulations on a dominating performance today at Long Beach, man. I'm happy for you. I missed the police car. I appreciate you running that last week, but good to see the big ass fans back in on the podium in the top step, man. Congratulations on a great run.
I believe you'll see the police car back out. I enjoy driving. It sounds like everybody else had a kick out of it. So yeah,
Yeah, it was a lot
you'll
of
see it
fun,
again.
man. Yeah, well, keep it up, man. You got any shout outs before I let you go, man?
Hey man, just thank you to the admin team. Thank you to the people in the trailer, you guys that give us this product, and I enjoy being a part of this league, man. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, man. Well, the championship battle's tightening up, man. We got 6 races left. Good luck, man. We'll be watching, man. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right, thank you, James. Have a good one.
That's your winner, GT4 from Long Beach. Jason Phillips brings it home, gets all the girls and the champagne. And that's a wrap. Travis Rose second, Brian Coxon third, Michael Odell fourth, Niles Kula wins the AM division and is not available for an interview, I don't think. So we'll try to catch them next time. But yeah, what a great race we had from Long Beach. And we appreciate everybody for tuning in on the Twitch stream. And don't forget to tell your friends about us. And we're going to have an off week next week. We will stream a fun run next Tuesday, I believe. And then after that, we'll be back in 2 weeks from Road Atlanta Short Circuit for another race. So for Adam Sondag, thanks a lot for what you did for us on the cameras tonight, Adam. Josh Watt running the Twitch stream and the broadcast, as well as race control. Thanks to everybody who makes Midwest Motorsports happen. Until then, I'm James J saying stay in your lane. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.